Hello, friends, and welcome to the Cinemondo podcast with Kathy, Mark, and Burk, talking about movies, movie stars, trailers,
and documentaries.
Inspiring movie stars.
Yeah, and this is a film that's coming out on Apple TV, and it is about a star who we grew up with this guy. America.
Who doesn't love him? Seriously,
TV.
He is one of those. He's one of those beloved people. Everybody loves him. It's like, and I think primarily because of one movie, because of Back to the Future. And, he was in a TV series that everybody liked, but Back to the Future just was such an explosion. And, he's been in a lot of TV and done a lot of stuff that's been really great too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Who are we talking about?
We're talking about, of course, Michael J. Fox, and the film is called Still, a Michael J. Fox movie, and it's directed by Davis Guggenheim, who is a writer who did a lot of TV stuff, NYPD Blue and 24 and ER and Deadwood. And he also did the documentary An Inconvenient Truth about Al Gore and climate change.
Yeah, that's great.
But he's directed this one, and Michael J. Fox is just, like Burke said, it was Family Ties, and then it turned into Back to the Future, and then all the movies.
I can't hear you over the bird. I'm sorry, but that bird is going nuts right now. That was super loud. It was like
I'm going to cover him up. So you keep talking. Hold on.
He's in a jungle. He's like in Costa Rica or something.
He's in the aviary.
I was like, turn this down.
I know, it's like pinging the monitors here. But Michael J. Fox is. Do you want to edit this, or should we just
edit this?
Okay.
We can edit it.
It's the fucking goddamn Montrose Zoo here.
Okay, do it. I know.
Okay.
You need a studio. Okay.
So anyway, Michael J. Fox, Family Ties, which was a very popular show. He played sort of this.
That's his big breakout.
This real conservative sort of jerky kid who was very much into that kind of thing, but whereas his family was much more sort of liberal. And so there was that tension. He was the star of that. Back to the Future was just a huge, huge summer popcorn flick that everybody liked. I mean, somehow they took that, time travel stuff and made it work because his wife, his mother falls in love with him and goes back in time. That is such a great hook. It's such a really good hook. Yeah. And then, of course, a lot of movies, Casualties of War, et cetera, et cetera.
Teen Wolf.
Teen Wolf, and just a bunch of things. And then later in life, he gets Parkinson's
Not
disease.
that late, like 29.
Yeah. Oh, really? I didn't realize it.
He got it really young, and he actually had it way longer than anyone even knew. And if you see some TV shows, you can see he's always got some in his hand. He's always holding his hand. You'll see it moving.
I didn't know
but
that.
That's kind of interesting.
Wow.
29, something like really young. So this has been an ongoing struggle.
The story of me. Take 2.
3, 2. Here we go. Ready and action.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine out of a DeLorean?
What did it mean to be still?
I wouldn't know. I was never still.
That's him. That's our star.
I want this job. I can do it. Whatever the exception is, I can fix it. I can be older. I can be taller. I can be anything.
The popularity of Michael J. Fox is a phenomenon.
Here is Michael J. Fox. What is the secret of your success?
And the winner is
Michael J. Fox.
I don't believe this. This is great. I feel 4 feet tall. I get it. I was big. I was bigger than bubblegum. I woke up and I noticed my pinky. Auto-animated. Parkinson's disease. I told Tracy the news. In sickness and in health, I remember her whispering. No one outside of my family knew. There was only one reason I took these pills. To hide. But all those years of hiding was shaking me awake. deny that part of me that wants to continue to go on and do things is to quit. I won't accept that. This is what I am. I'm a tough son of a bitch.
Still, a Michael J. Fox movie.
The sad sack story is Michael J. Fox gets this debilitating disease and it crushes him.
Yeah, that's boring.
Yeah, he is still Michael J. Fox.
Yes.
It's a
It's a really sweet trailer. I mean, it's
Yeah.
sort of uplifting. I even like, the Boston songs.
oh yeah, I
love
love
that.
that song.
Yeah,
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 you can't
it's,
beat Boston.
And also
Right.
just it takes you back to the time. Like, I just
Yeah.
feel like my little brother or something. I feel like I've known
Yeah.
him forever. It's just he's
Right.
always been in the
Right.
fabric of our life. It's weird how much he's like in a way kind of been part of memories and
He's one of
nostalgia.
those kid actors. I mean, I think like he was acting before even Family Ties, and so
Yeah.
we've seen it. And I mean, I remember him Curb Your Enthusiasm a couple of years ago.
No.
But
He was
kinda
so good.
He was good. He's sort of making fun of Parkinson. Like they were sort of like acknowledging it. He's totally open about it. He totally deals with it.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah,
And,
he did that with The Good Wife. He was in The Good Wife as a lawyer who used Parkinson's as his kind of trick. Like he'd be like, "Oh, just letting the jury know that if you see me doing this, don't worry." And then everyone in the other, the defense side is like, "Oh my god," or on the prosecution is like, "He's doing it again. He's gonna get them on his side."
He's playing it.
Happy to not love him. It's just you
Yeah.
just have to.
Yeah.
So
No,
I
he's-
love that he did that. I love that
He's
he brought it.
Hollywood royalty in that way that we all grew up together, and I think the appeal is universal. There's some young stars, people that sort of represented the time, like represented the 80s, that you don't really hear from as much, and you also kind of associate them with one type of film, like a John Hughes movie or something like that. But Michael J. Fox, you kind of he's still kind of relevant and current and involved in things as he progresses through life. He's an older guy now, but he was a kid, and then he was a child. Before that, he was a child in our televisions.
Right.
So we've all grown up. We've all grown up together.
Oh no.
Well, it's like I think of that. This is sort of the same, but not really. Is that documentary on Val Kilmer called Val?
Yeah.
Which is another. We've known him pretty much for a long time, and he's going through something, the same sort of thing, different. And I just find that it's like somebody I know. Of course, I've never met these people, but I know them, and so
You
I
feel like
for,
it.
I feel for them. Feel what their struggle is, and also just sort of inspiring.
They are.
They keep plugging along, keep doing
I don't know
stuff,
how
and
they
it's
do
not
it.
stopping them.
Selma Blair has a great documentary too about MS, and that's really powerful. It's the series. I think there are a few episodes. I forget what channel it was on, but that was really good. I'm always amazed that people can take something that's probably the most devastating thing in their life and put it on film and own it and be part of it and share it. Like it's just blows my mind.
the celebrities who do that, I think they do it just to have this communal thing with their fans, because the fans are their family. It's like they're having spoken to celebrities about fame, because I'm fascinated by the concept of fame, because so many times I've talked to celebrities who are like regular people, like Michael J. Fox. I don't think I've met Michael J. Fox. I can't remember, but I don't think I have. But I've met so many. But when you talk to them about fame, sometimes they say things like, I never wanted it. The ones who get it often are people who don't want it, who got into acting because acting gave them a way to escape. I know I've talked about this before, but some people get into acting so that they can be someone else to escape from reality. Yeah. And then it backfires on them when they get famous, and they become famous as themselves, and then they have to go on the Jimmy Kimmel show and be themselves, and they hate it. That's the opposite of why they got into it.
And everybody knows them as the sort of fake persona they've hidden inside of, and then it's disappointing when
Well, it's like Robert De
real.
Niro's the classic
Yeah.
one. You know, he
Yeah.
doesn't like to talk. He doesn't have much to say, but he's a brilliant actor. You know, there's so many of those like that.
Yeah.
So they escape into their characters.
But I think sometimes with people like the people we were just talking about and Michael J. Fox is when they get a traumatic thing in their lives, I think it's generosity that makes them go public with it in such an open way. I think what they're doing is they're basically saying, if you have troubles, look at me. I'm a famous movie star. I have troubles too.
Yeah.
We could be in the same boat. We could be maybe my strength can help you. I think it's a generosity. I think it's like a goodness in a person. And celebrities aren't all soulless heathens. They're often really cool people that that just happen to have had fame and fortune granted to them by whatever fate.
That's right.
But I think with Michael J. Fox, I think he's being very generous. I think it's a generosity and compassion for the people that have followed him, that have been loyal to him. Not necessarily the people that gave him his fame and fortune, but the people who have been loyal to him as the way we think of him as our friend on TV. He probably thinks as the mass of fans out there, they're part of my life. They're part of my friend circle of friends, even if I've never met them. So when I see things like this, it's like, I would never do this. I'm not one of those people that shares my problems on Facebook or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's sharing it on not just Facebook, but the world.
Yeah. And it's making a difference.
It takes courage and a lot of compassion, I think.
Yeah, it's impressive. I think that's what I'm getting from this. What I'm getting from this trailer, he's an impressive guy, whether he's an actor or a star or just a person helping people. So.
Like, he's not his disease. He has it, but he's still Michael J. Fox. So you're seeing him, and it looks like he has a really good outlook about it. I mean, it has to be so hard. I cannot imagine. Like,
he's adapted. You figure out ways to deal with your problem in a way that you move on. I always think, what I think, and this is a compliment. I think if I compare someone to a dog, I consider that a compliment.
That is a compliment.
Because I've known people who had, dogs that had issues or had to have a leg, lose a leg or something.
Right.
And they worry. They're like, oh, I don't know how he's going to deal with it. How he's going to adapt and all this kind of stuff. Dogs come home from that surgery and they jump down on the floor and they start running. They wobble a little bit, but they figure it out. No self-pity.
My life now. So
this is what I am now, and I can figure out a way to run with my front leg in the middle now. It's like they adapt, and then they're happy later that afternoon. They're running around chasing their toys. If only we could do that.
I know. This makes me want to go watch Back to the Future also.
I saw it like about a month ago with Valen, and I said, "Oh my god, this still works. Everything about it. It's funny. There's adventure. It's exciting. Crispin Glover is great in it. He makes it so interesting and weird. Yeah, even Huey Lewis has a little small role.
When I was working on the Universal lot, I the big thrill was being able to see the big clock tower courtyard, and I did a video. It's on our channel actually, of going inside the clock tower. What it really looks like on the inside. It's super fun to see that.
And Christopher Lloyd is so fun in this movie. I mean, Christopher Lloyd really is like, he invents such an interesting character, like a one-off.
Forever. He's forever cemented inside.
And there's so much about that movie. The funny thing about a lot of time travel movies is that when you watch them again, you see Back to the Future, I think, is one of the ultimate watch it over and over kind of movies. Because I swear I've seen it a zillion times, and I still notice these little details in there that they put in there on purpose. That they didn't dwell on it. It's just there, and you notice it maybe the third or fourth or fifth time you see the film.
Right. Yeah, it's really smart, great script. Okay. I mean, it's a winner. Yeah, so I can't wait to see this. Yeah, I can't wait to watch this on Apple. I'm not sure when it's released, but it's coming soon. I think I want to say end of this month.
Probably. Tell us your Michael J. Fox story in the comments. What does he mean to you? What was your first movie you saw him in? What did you ever meet him? I'd love to hear about it.
He's Canadian.
He's Canadian.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's right.
All right, everybody. That
Let's
was
think
fun.
like a tree and get out of here.
Okay.
Back to the Future thing.
That's funny. Oh,
Oh,
okay.
so bad. All right.
Whoa, McFly. I mean, we could start quoting Back
We
to the
can start
Future.
quoting.
It never
Yeah.
ends.
Never
Get
forget
your damn hands off of her.
He's so dreamy. Oh, boy.
Yeah.
God.
Okay.
The guitar scene. Okay.
Calvin.
We gotta go.
Okay.
Bye.
We got to stop.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.